There's a new street fighter on your windowsill. The weapon is peace, the word is chill.
Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest action figure video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk toys, and movies, and video games, and wrestling, and comics, and just about everything else, because this has been a big week. So let's not waste any time. First up, we have Sentinels. The Haslab Sentinel has dropped, or is in the process of dropping. There are various people who have been posting that they have received their Sentinels. We've had some videos online. People have been putting up YouTube clips of them unboxing them, and hoo-ha! They look really good. That's not exactly late-breaking news or a huge revelation. Of course they look good. They looked amazing in the previews and the concepts, and now we get to actually see them being held by human hands. Not saying that the Haslab Pulse guys are not human, although they might be reptile lizard people. We don't know. I'm just asking questions. So, the Sentinel looks beautiful. The different heads, the coils, the light up features. The light up features look so great. I'm so excited to get my hands on this. We won't be getting ours in England until about December. That seems to be what the rumors are. So you lucky little devils in America are getting yours early. Well, not early. You're getting yours on time, is what you're doing. Here in England, it's kind of a barren wasteland at the moment. We are not getting deliveries in, things are delayed. I swear it's that damn Suez Canal tanker ship that we were all laughing at 9 months ago. Well, now it's getting its revenge on us, because it seems like all of my pre-orders are held up, nothing's coming in on time, and we're going to have to wait until Christmas to get our Sentinel. But when we do, boy howdy, is it going to look amazing. Going over to my first love of pro wrestling, just a very quick note to say that AEW All Elite Wrestling had the biggest pay-per-view they've ever put on Saturday night, All Out, and it was incredible. It was a celebration of everything that is wonderful about pro wrestling. I mean, the biggest news, of course, is the debuts. CM Punk had his first match back in 7 years and looked like he hadn't missed a beat. Then, of course, me wrong, I know that there was a lot of care, but it just feels like someone had a computer model and clicked, go there, and it went there. You know, it feels a little bit like, I don't know, formulaic. Not formulaic, but like it was made by a computer algorithm. Like the characters move a little bit too smoothly, like they've just been programmed to move in different ways. I don't know, I know nothing about animation. There's probably some poor guy who's like, I slaved for thousands of hours to make this show, and you're saying it looks cheap? So yeah, I will retract that, but I won't edit it. But the reason I'm talking about Disney Plus is because, oh my god, they had the trailer for Star Wars Visions, and this looks very cool. Anime Star Wars, full-on anime Star Wars, 9 episodes in either English or Japanese, so you can get the full anime treatment, and it's in canon. So these are in canon Star Wars stories done in full-on anime style. It looks beautiful. Debuting September 22nd, I do believe. This is something that's really going to bring me back into Star Wars. I'm a lapsed Star Wars fan. I'm a bitter, jaded Star Wars fan. But this looks so cool, so awesome, so different. That's what I really like. I think Star Wars, when it's not in the hands of the people who make the movies, is really great. You've got Jon Favreau doing The Mandalorian. Now you've got this new project that's all anime style. It looks terrific. I cannot wait for this. Going over to video games, we got new information on Marvel Midnight Suns, and this seems like it's actually kind of interesting to me. This has got my juices flowing a bit, because it's being made by the same company that made XCOM, which is a turn-based strategy, and now we get to see some of the actual in-game footage from Midnight Suns, and it is the same style, this turn-based strategy type game. And I've got to admit, I'm interested. I thought originally it might just be like an RPG, hack and slash, top-down sort of thing, and like a dungeon crawler. That never really did it for me, but sort of a turn-based, sit back, think about your next move kind of thing, that seems interesting. Will I play it? Possibly not, because I'm guessing something something like that will probably involve a lot of stats and numbers, and that's not my strong suit. Not my forte, if you will. But I'm going to be very interested to see how this develops, and who knows, if enough people want to see me do like a live stream let's play of it, that could be a thing actually. Yeah, stay tuned for that. Maybe. Alright, enough of all of this extracurricular stuff. Let's talk toys, because it's been a crazy, crazy time. First of all, let's go over to McFarlane DC Multiverse, because he is a busy little beaver, isn't he? Todd keeps getting older, but we stay the same with our demanding more toys. That's actually a bit mean for me to say to Todd, but it's because I'm so used to seeing Todd as this young, up-and-coming comic book artist from the 90s. And now I see him today, and it's like, oh gosh, Todd's grown older. But then again, that means I've grown older. Oh no! But doesn't worry, because we're still just enjoying the same things we always did. Comic books, toys, and all the awesome things around that. So, yes, what was I saying? First of all, we got a couple of Lex Luthors. Lex Luthori? Lexis? Never mind. Either way, we've got the big bad bald guy in two different versions. He has the green armor, the LexCorp type battle armor that we've seen so many different versions of in the past. It's an iconic Lex Luthor look. It's the way that he will bridge the gap between he and Superman to make them fight on equal terms, or equaler terms. And it looks like it's got lots of your typical McFarlane deep, intricate kind of design work, lots of details and lines, and it looks nice. And then as a counterpart to him, you have Darksied Lex Luthor. I have no idea what the deal is with this. I'm not a DC guy, you know this is not a big revelation, but he looks a bit odd. But then again, a lot of action figures look odd if you don't know what the stories are behind them. But they both look like fun, decent characters, and hey, if you're a DC McFarlane guy, then this is all for you. Now, one that has really got my attention and is going to get me back into the Neca animated Turtles line is, please excuse the pronunciation, Usagi Yojimbo. Usagi Yojimbo? I'm terrible at words, really, to be honest, if we're speaking frankly. But the rabbit, the samurai rabbit, a friend of mine informed me of this. He sent me a picture. He lives in Japan. He's a huge Usagi Yojimbo fan, and he sent me the concept art, and he was like, dude, what do you know about this? When is this happening? How is it happening? And can you ship it to me in Japan? And my answers were, I don't know, no idea, and probably yes, because I think this will just be a part of the animated Neca Turtles line. And if it is, then I'll finally buy another animated Neca Turtle figure to bolster my collection, because the Samurai Rabbit is just such a fun design. I haven't even read any of his original appearances, because he wasn't originally a Turtles character, if that's correct in my understanding. He was his own intellectual property. There was a comic book, and was there an animated show? I don't even know. Possibly not. Maybe it was just comic book form. Either way, you don't come here for facts and information, but it looks like a wonderful figure. He looks really, really pretty, and I cannot wait to get my hands on him. Speaking of pretty figures, and going back to movies or a movie tie-in, we have a three-pack Stay-Puft marshmallow, little mini marshmallow characters. Oh, these guys look so cute. And yes, I know that there's probably a very cynical boardroom full of people who sat there with cigars going, how can we design the next cute thing to rob people of their money? You know, how can we design the next Grogu or Baby Groot? I'm going to stop doing that. Yeah, it's a Grogu, it's a Minion, it's a Baby Groot, it's all these little cute things that they're like, yes, we can slap this on a t-shirt, we can sell it as a plushie, let's do this. And someone came up with, how about mini Stay-Puft marshmallow guys? I love it! And they do look really cool. You can get a pack of 3 of them, and because in the film they're like about yay big, it is 1-to-1 scale, which is kind of fun. And I think they're about $27, so it's little more expensive than your average action figure, but at the same time you get 3 of them and they look kind of cool. So another piece of merchandise going into the canon of Ghostbusters Afterlife, just making this more of a hopeful juggernaut that will continue to spin off more Ghostbusters movies, because the franchise deserves more life, no pun intended, and the film looks like it's gonna be great, so I'm excited to see more stuff from Ghostbusters. Going back to good old Todd McFarlane, he showed us the Batman Year 2 figure, and oh my goodness, this has got a lot of people really, really excited. It's like classic grey and blue Batman straight from the comic books, and he looks beautiful. It's everything you would expect from Todd McFarlane, with the huge flowing cape. That's the biggest selling point. Clearly, that is the big thing that's getting people's attention, and rightly so. He's gone full Spawn with it. Totally impractical. You couldn't fight crime in that cape. Doesn't matter, and I don't care. I'm one of those people who is like, I don't care if it's practical. It looks great. That looks amazing. The huge, big, billowing, flowing blue cape. The sculpting, again, straight from the artist's pencil to your shelf. That's what I love to see. He's got a diorama base standing next to the gravestones of his parents. It's pure Batman. It's pure, concentrated black tar, straight to the veins Batman. It looks terrific. Again, not a DC guy. I was mildly tempted, but then I saw the price and I was like, you're all right. But still, I think it's going to make a lot of people very, very happy. Let me read you the blurb quickly. This figure is a Target exclusive. It has an extra set of arms that can be inserted, Batarang, a mini diorama floor with Bruce Wayne's parents' graves and cross, as I said. There will also be variants with signed and unsigned cards. The figures are live on Target right now. The signed version is $79.99 and sold out already. The standard version release is $49.99 and is still available. There's no word yet on when it will ship. Sticking with DC, there is a big, bad, scary new Darksied figure coming out, and he looks intimidating. Again, not going to wax lyrical too much on DC because you're going to get bored of me telling you that I don't know that much. All I know is that Darksied is the character that they ripped off from Apocalypse. Marvel made Apocalypse, and then DC were like, well, that's a cool character design and a good idea. We're straight up going to steal it and just make this Darksied ripoff. Nah, I'm kidding. I know it's the other way around. So yes, Darksied looks kind of cool. Don't know too much about him, but I'm going to read you the blurb so you can find out. A new preview photo has been released by Beast Kingdom. It shows off their upcoming DC Comics Darksied Dynamic Action Heroes figure. The figure will be 1/9 scale with over 25 points of articulation. Let's go around over to statues now. I like to mention statues every now and then because I think they look beautiful. I never really want to buy statues because it's not an action figure. It's so funny. Action figures look like statues on the shelf. Why not just pay a bit of extra money and have one that looks like the most incredible? But in my mind, I need to know that it has articulation, even if I never use it. I need to know it's an action figure and not a statue. But I do like to look at statues and just go, wow. That looks really pretty. And Havok looks insanely pretty. This thing looks incredible. Based 100% 90s Havok with the great costume that we got in the Polaris 2-pack. But this version, so much detail, so much nuance that normally you don't even get in the comics. You don't get the detail of the artistry in the comics because let's face it, to be fair, these artists have to draw a lot of panels. But when you're just doing a statue, you can really bring out every little nuance and nook and cranny and crevice. Havok looks incredible with the blast effects as well. The rah kind of voice. Oh my god. So awesome. Let me read you the blurb. Iron Studios has sent over a press release of their upcoming Marvel Comics Havok 1/10 scale statue. The statue is part of the X-Men Battle Diorama series where you can pair it with a number of other releases for a larger battle scene. Havok stands nearly 9 inches tall on a themed diorama base. It will be priced at $149.99 and will be released in the third quarter of 2022. Going back over to Star Wars, Bandai Realization Series Mandalorian figure. This is the samurai, Edo Japanese style period figures that they've been doing for years and years and years that look so beautiful. And it's a rabbit hole I am constantly tempted to go down, but I keep pulling away. But this is, you've seen before, it's Star Wars figures, but done in a Japanese samurai style. Looks so cool. So cool. I imagine there's probably a fair bit of reuse from their Boba Fett one and their Jango Fett one. Doesn't matter. He looks stunning. Could I get him as just a standalone character? I wouldn't need to get the others, would I? Would I? Yeah, I would. But he comes with Baby Grogu as well, all done in that gorgeous interpretation. Looks so good. I have to resist. Storm Collectibles answered my prayer and gave us a Reptile, a new Reptile Mortal Kombat figure. half answered the prayers. Let me tell you what I'm talking about here. We have a Mortal Kombat 3 ninja-style Reptile. I don't have the original Reptile they put out in the lovely quilted ninja suit because he goes for about $300 these days. It's insane. Not gonna play that game. Davey don't play that. But a new version of Reptile, yeah, I'll buy the bejesus out of him. Now, I'm not a big fan of the MK3 Ninja body mold because there's so much going on with the plastic on the torso that it limits articulation a bit. But it's okay, it's fine because it's a Reptile Ninja figure and I want my Reptile. The fact that he comes with a completely separate reptile head that has spits that you can have coming out, a tongue, he's got his force bubble projectile. There's so much cool stuff here. I cannot wait to get my grubby little mitts on him. The only problem is that I have a sneaking suspicion that this figure will probably be released in another form in the San Diego Comic-Con 2020 figure that they did with Scorpion, so I might end up buying Reptile twice. But you know what? I don't care. I want more Mortal Kombat in my life, so he's going to be going on my shelf. Speaking earlier as I was about terrifying rabbit holes, Mythic Legions are about to debut Cosmic Legions. Those of you who might not be too familiar, Mythic Legions is an action figure line made by former creators who used to work for Mattel, making He-Man and various other properties. They're like, you know what? We just want to make our own stuff. We got the tools and we got the talent. So let's make it happen. And they did. They made Mythic Legions, which is all Dungeons and Dragons type characters with a lot of them very closely based on He-Man type figures. Really cool. And they do all of this through Kickstarters and pre-orders. So you got to kind of buy in at the start. And now they're like, if you like those, check this out. It's Cosmic Legions. So essentially the same concept, but we're going space age, we're going Star Wars style, and they've just released a couple of little preview, sneaky peeky type images to get the juices flowing, but they're going to do a full big presentation on, I believe, September 10th. I get confused because Americans and UK people, we swap the dates back and forth, so I think it's the 9/10/2021. So I think that's September 10th, 2021. We're going to get a big reveal event. How much will they show? I don't know. But will it look amazing? Probably. The first preview image looked like a giant Roidy Magoo version of Jar Jar Binks with 4 arms. So kind of a Goro type creature in chains looking just cool. And I'm like, ooh, are you going to separate me with more of my money? Probably yes. Let's revisit Todd McFarlane one more time because he did another reveal and this one is possibly the stupidest, but also I think is incredible. So much love to this in such a ridiculous way. He showed a huge monster truck style Batmobile type thing, and not being a DC guy, I thought, oh, that's really cool. I guess Batman had a monster truck version of the Batmobile. Oh, Dave, no. No. This is from a universe where Batman is a monster truck. Because why not? And actually, I can't make fun of that because I'm a huge Spider-Verse fan. And the whole concept of Spider-Verse is that every single bizarre, insane, ridiculous version of Spider-Man exists. So why can't Batman have the same thing? This is the Batmobeast. I don't know how it works, if it's like a Cars type thing where the hood lights are his eyes and he's got like a little grill mouth and he's like, what has happened here? Or if it's just like his soul is in a car. I don't know, but it looks like a lot of fun. I don't know about Batman. Can I say I don't know one more time? I don't know. But still, I have no doubt that a lot of folks are going to be really thrilled to add the Batmobeast to their shelves. Now this one takes me way back to my 90s childhood and formative years growing up. Mezco have released pictures of their new 1/12 Crow figure, Eric Draven from the iconic Crow movie. That's what every angsty kid in the 90s grew up watching and idealizing and just, it looks so cool. I might be very, very tempted. I am very selective about some things, not about others, but this looks really cool. So Eric Draven from The Crow. Typical Mezco going for about $100, coming out, I believe, March next year. But if you're a gothic, classic movie type fan, I think this is going to scratch your itch big time. This looks pretty cool. And finally, Bandai SH Figuarts have released 2 Spider-Man No Way Home figures. There you go. I was worried I had a little something there. 2 Spider-Man No Way Home figures. So they are the black dimension jumping Spider-Man costume and the regular flavor Spider-Man. And being Bandai, they've got lots and lots of great details and little nuances, and also the figures give you, or the pictures of the figures give you, a much closer look at what these figures or what these costumes are going to look like in the movie. That's what I'm trying to say, but I was getting all garbled. You know what I'm saying. They look cool. I'm not going to wax lyrical too much because, like, just look at them. There they are. They look really cool. So if you're an SH Figuarts type kind of person, then you can add these to your Marvel Cinematic Universe shelf, because Lord knows that is going to be a big shelf. They've done just about everyone in classic form, and they look really great, and these guys would be no exception. So you can look forward to adding those to your collection soon. That's all you're getting. And guys, that is good news for this week, or possibly for the start of this week. I'm going to try to do these more often because I think this is good vibes, and Lord knows we need some good vibes and good energy and positivity, and there's so much cool, exciting stuff happening in our little corner of entertainment that it's great to just get excited about it and share that with you. So guys, with that in mind, what are you excited about? And not even as far as action figures are concerned, just in general, what are you excited about? What are the good things happening in the world that you want to talk about? Because I want to share those. So whether it's movies, video games, toys, comics, or just something that's happening in your life, you're like, hey Dave, I did a 10K yesterday, pretty proud of myself, then that's all that really matters to me. Oh, also, the last bit of super great news, I got to see Piglet over the weekend. She has recovered from her surgery. She's got brand new eyes and she can see me, and she's just like the happiest puppy in the world, and I just fell over myself with joy to be reunited with Piglet. That for me was my good news of the week. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see here and you want to see more, then join the 6-1 clicks by clicking the like, share and subscribe buttons. And if you want to go one step beyond, you can go over to patreon.com/displaying model behavior and sign up to the Patreon, where you can see exclusive videos. Oh, sorry, I'm just getting a message. Oh, really? Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Well, I've just been informed that if you sign up to the Patreon in the next 24 hours, that you will actually get a letter from the President of the Moon giving you a thanks and congratulations. He's a big fan of mine. He's a subscriber, and he just wants to put it out to you that you're doing good work. Okay, so the President of the Moon will send you a thank you letter if you sign up to the Patreon. That's so generous of him. So guys, thanks very much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Chill.
Piggy! Oh! Baby pig! Hello, sausage! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Hello! Hello, baby! It's alright, sausage, I'm here. It's okay, Piggy. Oh. Sausage. It's alright. There we go. Where are you going, sausage?
Coffee, big time